found it. It's located on the weigh shelf. Mao, Cheng, Si, Wu, Wei. Grover, it's here! If I remember correctly, Jinzhou, the Gorges of Spirits battle sparked Jinzhou and the formidable tacit discord described here. There are 2 photos here. About the sugar pearl. Life has never been easy after the lament, but I still remember that sweetness from my childhood. The battle against that epidemic in Jinzhou was grueling. Once infected, children either died, or words are not enough to convey how desperate people must have felt. They resorted to self-experimentation. We owe our presence here to those who came before us. It's important to remember if the sugar pearl points to the information and reports we have just read. What is Madam Magistrate trying to convey? Is it related to your past? Or is it... Are you saying that the information contained in the sugar pearl doesn't directly point to your identity? Rover, about the sugar pearl. What do you think, Rover?
Let's look back on what we've gathered so far. Our clues point to the sugar pearl as a key in solving the sundial's puzzle. Simply put, one token can lead to multiple targets, and one target may hold... We both had a reason for meeting. The magistrate had information to share, while I had questions to ask. However, her tokens contain both what she wants to tell me and what I want to ask her, or maybe she was running out of time. That's why she could only offer us scraps of the puzzle, instead of actually putting it together. Or perhaps she's indeed a master strategist, leaving breadcrumbs for us to follow. The initial clues may simply be a test to... In other words, there are people who need to be misled, and they may obtain these tokens. It seems there may be hidden dangers lurking in Jinzhou. If it were you, Yang Yang, what would you do to make sure the recipient gets what you need?
I would emphasize my true message by repeating it again and again.
I'm back! I'm back! Finally done with my patrol.
Baizhi said he is in great health. No issues to report. We made some progress in investigating the tokens, too.
Nothing special. A typical patrol. Well, Uncle Jiang's cat climbed a tree, and on its way down, it landed on Uncle Chempi's head, causing him to take a tumble. Some dogs kept barking and have been scaring the passer. I received a report about someone going missing. I just logged the case and talked to the person who reported it. You're not the one they're searching for, though. Anyhow, I need to visit the person who reported the case tomorrow. I also tried searching for Rover's terminal number, but the system came up with nothing. The latest record was from today when I took... It's the middle of the night. Of course you're tired. All right, I still owe you a meal. The night markets are closed, though. Let's grab breakfast at Penfois restaurant tomorrow before my shift. Time to hit the hay, obviously. Don't tell me you're planning on some nightly
Do you have a place to stay, Rover? I have a vacant guest room in my house. And if you don't mind coming over...
Aren't you forgetting something, Yang Yang? Rover told us this morning that he's been offered a stay at the City Hall. All right, enough chatter or the sun's gonna come up. Let's get Rover back to the City Hall, and we'll leave the rest till tomorrow. Mrs. Penwa, good morning. 3 bowls of extra spicy noodles, please. What did I tell ya? Nothing beats a bowl of spicy noodles in the morning.
What do you say, Rover?
Looks like Bijur's locked herself in the lab again. Hasn't left since yesterday. Bet we won't see her till she's done with her research. No, wait. Since you're the subject of that research, we could use you as bait to lure her out. We can tie you up at the academy with just a few tugs of the rope. I bet every researcher will come running at you with Bijur leading the pack. Hook, line, and sinker. In case of an emergency, Rover, roll out. By the way, now that we've figured out the sugar pearl and the sundial, all that's left is that weird leaf and run-of-the-mill mangosteen, right? So it only took us one trip to the academy to solve half of our problems. Either Rover's really smart, or Madam Magistrate was going to make it easy for us to begin with.
What's our next plan of action, Rover? An ocean of stars, a dark-haired girl, an inverted etheric sea, and the resonance cord flowing from your tacit mark. And you said it was flowing in a certain direction, pointing to the gorges of spirits and the Norfolk Barrens. You've never mentioned this before. The etheric sea and resonance cords in your dreams are real, possibly leading to the gorges of spirits and Norfolk Barrens. Perhaps it was more than just a dream. That girl might be the key to recovering your memories. Madam Magistrate's information aside, it seems to me your dream points toward the Norfolk Barrens. It's a site of the Trinodian War and the source of all TD outbreaks. The Midnight Rangers' frontline base is stationed there as well.
It's a no-go for me if you're leaving the city. My shift's coming up. Protect Rover well, and shoot me a I believe in ya!
Without a doubt. We Resonators can boost our combat abilities with special items. Our Echoes, if you feel like it, head to Instructor Yan at the training camp for extra practice and to get these enhancement items.
Yang Yang, did you hear that?
That should be the Midnight Range's training camp. Instructor Yan is in charge of training new recruits. I heard he's pretty tough, but I think Rover can handle anything he throws at him. Defense at the city gate has been strengthened. It wasn't like this when we came.
Access pass is required if you're heading to the Norfall Barrens. That place is now off limits. What is your business, young lady? It's my third shift and you're still here.
Oh, you must be the soldier on duty at noon yesterday. Nice to see you again. I'm a resonator and a trained martial artist. I can handle myself. Please, I've promised the missing man's grandfather to bring him back. Would you let me through?
Be that as it may, I cannot let you, given the current circumstances. My apologies.
Well, everything seems fine in the city. Are things really that bad on the front lines?
That's why we must stay vigilant, so people in the city can go on peacefully with their lives. Besides, General Jian is currently there at the Norfall Barrens base. Dangerous as it is, he will keep an eye on every soldier, including we have already sent a report on your case. You could just go home and wait for the good news. What's the point of staying here?
Thank you, but I have already asked the patrol station for help and tried every method I could think of. Please let me through. I promised him, so I gotta give it my all. I understand your concern. I don't want to be a bother. Would it help if I hid my presence and stayed somewhere further away? How about 5 miles? Or maybe 100? Well, 1,000 might be too far, though. I wouldn't be able to see you clearly.
Listen, nobody knows when the soldiers will return, and even if they do, you might not find the one you seek. It's a dangerous road ahead if you want to reach the front lines, and you don't even have an access pass. Your access pass has been verified. Just you two?
Greetings. I'm Jianshin. Could you please do me a favor? I want to go look for someone outside the city, but I don't have an access pass, so may I tag along? Oh, thank you for your kindness. I intend to leave the city with them, and they have agreed. Will it be an issue for you?
Well, it says you have the highest level of access, so no procedural issues here. Honestly, he could lead an entire troop out of the city with that access pass, and no one would question it.
Sure.
So you're looking for the relative of a veteran, and you believe he's in the Midnight Rangers camp in Deseret Highland?
Exactly. According to what I've gathered, Mr. Zhang Ye's grandson is very likely in the Deseret Highland. Thanks to your help, I can finally leave the city to find him. Of course.